Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 challenge run. Hope you're all doing well. So this is another one of the most requested challenges since I started doing the hardest character weapon combos that didn't show up during my random series. And it is of course Farmer with Potato Thrower. Potato Thrower is probably the single worst weapon in Brotato. There's almost no use case where this weapon's actually good. And starting with it makes it even worse because it's a weapon that only shows up at level 2 or higher, so we're going to really struggle to get additional Potato Throwers. So we'll see if we can make this work, but honestly, I don't know if this run is possible at all, and I will hope that we can get there, but we may simply not be able to. Nice to get a tree. That got us a crate, because we were super lucky, as well as some extra materials and extra harvesting, really important for this character. So, Potato Thrower scales with 25% of our ranged damage. It does scale with our max HP, so I'm trying to think if we want to recycle it for 7 materials here, or take the ranged damage. We would need to get 4 ranged damage before we increase the base damage of our weapon by 1, which is not great. I think the 7 materials are actually going to matter more than the 1 ranged damage here. In a roll, I'm looking for luck or harvesting. We're going to need a lot of luck in order to drop consumables, which are going to be very important for the farmer, since that's how we actually get money. We can't find a potato thrower, and I do need to save money, so I'm going to roll a couple times and see if we can get any really powerful items, and we did in fact find a couple really powerful items, so we'll buy the lemonade and the fertilizer. I'm not going to re-roll again here, because I don't want to spend 3, and I do need to save money for if we find a thrower in the next shop. Try to maintain my health here. On the farmer, you never want to take damage if you can avoid it, because you only get the additional harvesting boost if you pick up a consumable while at full health. So if we're lucky enough to drop a fruit here, I want to be able to get that extra harvesting. So I do have enough money that we can pick up a potato thrower, I think. I genuinely don't know how much this item costs. I think I'm just going to take 1 armor here. Coffee and plant are both really good. I'm going to do 1 reroll and then 1 more just to see if we can get lucky. We're not that likely to find another thrower this wave, so I'm going to wait until wave 3 and then we will try to find another one. We'll do a bunch of rerolling after this wave to try to find a second weapon, because without a second weapon we're going to really struggle to survive. Now, unfortunately, I took a hit here, so even if we're lucky enough to drop a consumable, we will not get any harvesting bonus. There's no chance I kill that tree, unfortunately. I would have really liked to be able to, but we cannot. Let's take 5 harvesting, and then we're guaranteed to see 1 weapon in the shop. I'm just going to reroll here. We'll leave a couple items locked. And fishhook would be really good, but without a weapon, we just can't do anything with it. So we have to reroll until we see a potato thrower. Alright, so this is getting pretty unlucky, and now I don't have the money to buy one even if one shows up. So that's one of the challenges of these weapons that only show up at level 2 or higher. Especially because this one is like a weirdly rare weapon, I think. It has reduced roll chances, I believe. Okay, the knockback saved me from taking... I took 2 hits there, and so I didn't die on the first attack, but we died on the second one. That's fine, we'll give this another go. Definitely unfortunate to not find a weapon there. And also unfortunate that we lost the run with the fertilizer. But like I said, if we're using only potato launchers, I think that this may well be impossible. So we're going to give it a couple tries and see if we can get it to work. If not, I may buy some other support weapons to tide us over until we find more potato launchers, just so you can see this weapon in action. And then let's roll twice here. Scared Sausage is a little interesting. This is a way to deal damage, to make our potato launchers deal damage. I think I'm actually going to pick it up because it basically adds 3 damage to my attacks. So it kind of doubles the effectiveness of this weapon. Let's lock the propeller hat, and then I need to save money so I can buy a second weapon. Okay, well, it only doubles the effectiveness of the weapon if things actually catch fire, which, of course, is only a 25% chance. But you can see we're actually killing a couple more enemies than we did last time. They're taking the burn damage ticks. Every time I get one of these shrimp with a burn damage tick, it does die, so that helps a lot. No chance I kill that tree there. And then here, I can't really afford to reroll, so we're going to take 2 regeneration, and then I am going to buy the fertilizer and roll once. Okay, we found a thrower. If I buy a fertilizer here, awesome find, by the way. If I buy this fertilizer, then we will have 40 harvesting, so I'll still be able to buy the weapon, so that's great. I do like the scared sausage plan. Hopefully we can make that work. One thing this weapon does have going for it is it's got good attack speed. I shouldn't have aggroed the Flore eel, because now that's going to put me under a lot of movement pressure. But basically our goal is just to stay full health and let our harvesting take care of things for us. I could take lifesteal, that would help me stay full health, and I guess I will do that because I need to save my money to buy items here. We'll take a potato thrower, and then I think I need to spend money re-rolling for weapons. Landmines isn't the worst, but okay, we found another one. We have the harvesting to buy it, so finding 2 weapons definitely, or 3 weapons, definitely sets us up on the right path. Now we just have to still actually do something with this terrible weapon. You can see we're still level 3. Oops. Took a hit there, so even if I drop a fruit, we're not going to get harvesting off of it. Okay, we're going to try not to die this wave, because if I make it out of this wave with a 3rd weapon, suddenly we have a lot more optionality. Let's take 10% attack speed, and then we'll take a thrower. I do need to increase my max HP. That's how we can actually increase the damage of this weapon. Is it worth buying defective steroids for that? Probably not. Wheelbarrow, I do really want additional harvesting, but again, I think I just have to roll for weapons. I could do +2 range damage with the handcuffs, but I think 14 max HP is not going to be the way to go. Okay, so we are at the point where if I had enough HP, we've got 3 throwers, so we're doing a little bit better in terms of our damage output. Double early fertilizer, obviously, was incredibly strong. But my harvesting alone is still nowhere near sufficient to maintain our economy, so I think we're still not gonna make it past the mid-game, but this is definitely better than we were doing before. Let's take 6 max HP, because I need to boost my weapon damage. And I do want the propeller hat. I probably need the defective steroids as well now, because any HP, I think... No, I don't think we can afford to buy a item that doesn't really do anything like defective steroids. Butterfly, I could try to stay at full health using that. I could take the fish hook. Cursed enemies are pretty dangerous for us, but I think Fishhook is strong enough. This is one way that we can maybe actually get ahead in this game. So, while our weapons aren't doing any damage right now, we are getting a little bit of an extra benefit here, and from having high harvesting. And I've managed to boost my HP to the point where we can maybe kill a few units every wave, and hopefully drop some consumables as a result. So, still not going great. This weapon's still terrible, but it could be worse. One disadvantage, of course, is we're on Abyssal Terrors as well, which means we've got the pufferfish, and this is a ranged weapon. We have... Okay, I do want to pick up that fruit before the end of the wave. The extra 1 harvesting does matter, if I can manage that. So, oh, no, I had to avoid taking a hit there. because that would cost me the harvesting. So we had to run away, but we did manage to avoid taking the hit. I'll take 6 speed, and then lumberjack shirt is actually really good for us. So we're definitely taking the weapon. Do I want fishhook and lock lumberjack shirt? Probably. And then let's roll. Padding is a lot of HP, especially if it gets cursed, so I'm going to lock that as well. Alloy, I think even cursed is just too expensive for this character, so we can't afford to buy that. So I'm really hoping we get a curse on the lumberjack shirt, because that would be very strong for us. Want to pick up that consumable while at full health, but the moray eels were just too dangerous. We've got the walrus as well. I'm still not sure about the scared sausage. It got us a couple extra kills in the early game, but it cost me 30 materials, which obviously are pretty valuable. Really hoping I could do a drive-by on that tree there. We're kind of playing the pacifist right now with the knockback from the potato throwers. Oh, nice. I got the tree right at the end. Okay. I could start building dodge, but I think I'm going to re-roll this, and we'll just take 3 max HP, because I do need to be able to kill stuff. Unfortunate, obviously, that we missed on our fishhook, but that's classic fishhooks. And I think I'm going to leave the padding locked and re-roll, because I need to get stronger this wave if I can, and I want to at least look for a weapon here. Okay, jerky I will lock, metal detector I'll lock. These are good items. We need to get a 4th potato thrower, but other than that, I think we're in okay shape. The problem is that I just don't have the defensive stats to survive the elite, or the offensive stats to make money. And of course, we dropped 50% fewer materials, and unlike a normal farmer build, have not built up that much harvesting. So we'll see if we can make it through the mid-game here. I've had to have very good movement to stay even remotely, you know, alive. All these loot aliens are just here to taunt me, of course. No. Took that hit, which means no harvesting bonus this wave. I guess we're making 178 this wave, which isn't the worst. I think I need to buy... I really want armor, but I think we still just need more maximum health. Okay, we got 2 cursed items, both of which are pretty good, so I am going to take those, and then we're going to re-roll here. An alien magic would be good. Cursed medical turret would be pretty interesting as well, because that could maybe help me stay full health. But I really need to find more weapons, so I can't afford to lock too many things that aren't potato throwers. Gotta kill the eggs, and ideally we'll kill the big hatchers as well. But unfortunately, that's just too difficult with the low damage weapon and the fact that we only have 4 weapons. I do have some healing here. And the cursed jerky, obviously, is great. If I can get enough... we're always taking a hit there. I need to pick up that consumable in order to have the health to survive. But we'll avoid picking up that one because I want to grab it at full health at the end of the wave. Not going to be able to make it in and kill that tree without taking a damage, I don't think, so... Unfortunately, can't do that. I will take 2 armor here, and then alien magic. Wow, this padding, we've locked so many waves in a row and still haven't gotten it. I need to reroll because I still need to find another potato thrower, though I guess I will lock this entire shop and hope for the best on our fishhook. Oh, that cursed anglerfish is really dangerous. This is, of course, the downside of having cursed items. We're always going to take a bunch of damage from cursed enemies because our damage output is so low. The cursed jerky definitely giving us some help here. But we have an elite coming up next wave, and I just don't think we have the damage to survive, or the defensive stats to survive, or the damage, because we can't really clear other units on the field, and it's so hard for me to avoid aggroing things like these anglerfish, always taking that hit. If I can make it around this corner, then maybe I can get to this tree. Grab that fruit, and okay, we did live. Do I need 4 regeneration, or I could take 9 movement speed to try to dodge the elite a little better? I could roll for armor or max HP. I think I need the regeneration to try to survive the elite, and then here, the lemonade will help me survive. The alien magic will help me survive. I can't buy both of them. Bowler hat and lemonade I can buy both of. And that I probably should, right? Because that's 188 exactly. So, 2 cursed items, no upgraded... no weapon. Sorry, I'm having to do a lot of very careful movement here, so it's hard to keep track of what I'm saying while also doing all the movement that we need to do. This elite is not the worst, though it is going to get much harder in its second stage, which will be coming up right now. But it's not one that charges at us, which is what I was really worried about. And the X's that it places underneath you put you under a lot of pressure, but aren't the most difficult thing in the world to dodge. Okay, I'm always taking that hit, and then we can make our way around in a circle here. I really need a tree, like the item. Okay, 172 materials, but we didn't die. I think I'm going to take 3% lifesteal, and then fried rice isn't terrible, but I think I need to take the alien magic here. I will lock fried rice, because we have the scared sausage, but gosh, I just need to find another potato thrower. Just so hard to maintain our income when we're not killing stuff, because we're just not dropping consumables. No. Should not have taken that hit, obviously, because that's some extra harvesting lost. Though I guess our 5% lifesteal with the reasonably fast attacks of this weapon does give us decent healing. Should be able to make it to that consumable. I wasn't quite. Enemies kind of cut me off there. I would really like to get just a little bit more movement speed as well. That would help a lot. Okay, got that tree kill. Dang, took that hit, which is going to cost me harvesting at the end of the wave, but that's okay. Okay, well, I guess I need to buy the level 4 potato thrower. The worst thing about this weapon, too, or one of the really terrible things about this weapon is it doesn't gain any additional scaling as you level it. It does the same damage, it just attacks twice as fast, which is good, but the same damage at level 4 as at level 2 is pretty awful for a weapon. I have +7 consumable healing, so I think maybe we actually pass on the weird food. And then I am going to roll one more time here. I do need to buy the knot. We are not going to upgrade our weapons. I just need to get to 4. And you can still buy a weapon, even with knot. You just can't upgrade or recycle them. So that's going to give me HP and damage at a very efficient rate. So really nice to have that. It does mean that we're not going to be using our fishhook as much, but the knot will be very good. Need to kill some of these buffing aliens at the start of the wave just to avoid having so many things that I have to dodge. Always going to take that hit. Let's try to dodge around this corner as well. And I needed to pick up that consumable just to get back to full health because I'm under so much movement pressure here. One great thing is that I can pick up the consumables while I'm at full health, benefit from the healing anyways because we have jerky, and still get the farmer harvesting bonus, which matters less at this point, obviously, but is still pretty important. Okay, so 287 materials, not enough, unfortunately. Here, I think I'm just going to take 9 dodge. I'm not that excited about buying dodge, but it is helpful. And then I'm going to buy the knot just to give me the max HP. I think that actually matters more than the cursed fried rice. Fertilizer, we should probably still take at this point. And then I will do one reroll here. I am not going to lock either of those items, though. I should still have enough money to buy the potato thrower next wave if we survive. But this horde wave, I think, is probably going to kill us. I just don't think I have the damage to survive it. We don't have piercing shots, so clearing the horde enemies is very challenging. Always taking that hit, and yeah. So we were close. That actually was a better run than I was expecting to be possible at all. I probably shouldn't have bothered with the fish hook. The cursed jerky obviously was amazing, and we did buy a lot of cursed items, but we spent a lot of money on scared sausage and fish hook, and I don't think that was the way to go. Give this another go. It is very unfortunate to have lost that run because we had all the tools, I think. 67 materials here. I could just take some regen. I could roll for harvesting. I think I'm going to roll once. Actually, I should roll a couple times for harvesting or HP. Missed twice. Let's just take 2 regeneration, I guess. Weird food I'm going to buy, and then I'll do 1 reroll. Okay, bag. If I can drop crates, then the bag is really good. I think I'm going to take this, and we will prioritize trying to break trees when they show up. We're not going to be able to kill most enemies. That crit actually helped a lot. So we're not going to get that much value out of the bag, but if we get a tree, then we might get a bunch of materials from it. And I think with this character, you have to play to get lucky. Oh, okay, well, I mean, that's lucky. I will take the helmet. I'm going to need to fix my movement speed. I'll take 5 luck because we have the bag. Wow, okay. What a start. So I will take the potato thrower. We'll take the fertilizer. And then I will reroll here. Baby Gecko, I don't think really does anything for us. Let me roll again. Peaceful Bee, maybe I should take this. It's for harvesting, which will... And the dodge could be relevant as well. I kind of want to leave the slot open to try to roll into another potato thrower, though, so I think I will pass on the Peaceful Bee. It cost me a ranged damage, but which will also round down our weapon damage, I think. Because in Brotato, damage modifiers typically round down. So even though it only cost me 25% of a ranged damage, it's going to reduce our weapon damage from 3 to 2, which obviously is horrible. Oh, no. I did not mean to pick up that consumable, but that's okay. Here, I'm going to take 5 harvesting, and then we've got another potato thrower. Amazing find. And let's go to wave 4. So we got 3 weapons on wave 4. If I get enough HP to boost the weapon damage, that could be a thing. But I can actually kill a few units this wave, I think. Probably not the lamprey. Trying to avoid taking hits from it, but we're pretty slow because I bought a couple items that reduce my move speed. Okay, nice. I got the tree kill. And I did actually kill the lamprey. I'm not going to be able to kill the second tree, but that's still +1 harvesting there. 6 max HP. That boosts my weapon damage by 1, which is great. Here I am going to buy these 2 items and then reroll. A garden, of course, is incredible for the farmer. And then let's roll again. Tree is excellent as well. Do I want the butterfly? For 46, I think we have to pass. I am going to reroll one more time to try to find a potato thrower, which I missed on, but I think this is going pretty powerfully at the moment. Oh, I should not have taken that hit. Okay, I'm going to wait on, or I'll break the tree, but I'm going to stay away from the consumable for now, because we do have 2 regeneration, so I can maybe get back to full health before I pick that up. Then I am going to do that. Break the second tree, which is great. No crate there, which would be really nice. Obviously, we have bag, but honestly, things are going so much better than you can reasonably expect that I certainly can't complain. I'm going to boost my movement speed. We have -5, and I have to fix that. And then here, I think I can reroll once, and I could take 5 harvesting. I'm going to reroll again. I guess I'll just take 3 max HP. We'll take the garden, because obviously for the farmer, that's a ton of extra harvesting. And then unfortunately, we missed again on potato thrower, but we have 3. Our weapons are doing 6 damage a shot and shoot reasonably fast. Get this tree kill as well. Okay, and we got a crate. Did not mean to take that hit, but there's only so much that you can do. That means that I need to kind of stay away from the garden in order to try to get back to full health before the end of the wave. Unfortunately, I walked into that attack, which is going to cost me a harvesting or 2. No, just 1, which is good. Blood donation, I wish I could take this, but we just do not have the regeneration to support it, so I have to recycle it. I will take 3 regeneration, and then I'm going to take the tree and the plant. I'm going to roll here. Can I get a potato thrower, please? I really want beanie and helmet. Both of those are good, but they will cost me if I buy both of them, I can't re-roll, and I want to roll for a weapon here. So let's take the beanie, I'll lock the helmet, and I'll do 1 reroll. Baby elephant's another way I could try to kill enemies, but I just don't think that we can invest into stuff like that. So this was going really well up until I've seen no weapons for the last 3 shops in a row. Which is definitely cramping my style a bit. I would love to get another lumberjack shirt. Obviously, that was a really powerful tool last time. Should be able to kill that tree. And okay, so our bag has officially paid off pretty well. Got that tree kill, and we'll work our way down here, try to get the other one. Try to stay at full health. That's the most important thing, just to build my harvesting. I am getting a lot of trees spawning. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get that one, to kill that one. Let's try to pick up some of those consumables. Didn't quite manage to, but that's okay. Losing 3 max HP is very painful for this weapon, but I think we still have to take Leather Vest. It's just too good. Gentle Alien, I don't know if I can increase enemy spawn rate. We just can't kill anything, and I'm really worried about this horde wave. So I think I'm going to pass on Gentle Alien for, like, the first time ever. I'm going to roll again. Okay, we found a potato thrower. That matters a lot. Let's roll 1 more time and 1 more time. And you can't take Weird Ghost on this character. Defective Steroids, I do need to push my damage a little bit higher, so we'll take that. Because I've actually, by buying the Leather Vest, I reduced my damage per shot from 6 to 5. The horde wave is going to be a real problem. We have no piercing shot. We only have 4 guns. Again, trying to pick off, if I can, the trees without putting without taking damage or putting myself in too much danger to these anglerfish. No. Okay, took 2 hits in a row. I need to be pretty careful with what enemies I'm facing at this point. We're not going to get any harvesting and we're always taking that damage. I am glad that I bought all the armor that we bought, but that was a very bad wave for me. I could take 2 regen. I think I can roll here and try to get something a little better. Yeah, let's take 6 HP. We'll take 1 more from the defective steroids. I'll roll. Piggy bank is a way I could maybe try to get extra money, but I just don't think that we can afford to not buy stuff. Scar is good for this character. I'm going to do 1 more reroll here. And again, no weapons. So I'm spending way more than I would like to on rerolling. Because we have to find potato guns. To work my way back around this way to avoid taking damage and at least get 1 point of harvesting this wave. The problem is we can't kill anything early, which means we're not dropping any consumables, so then our mid-game economy is terrible, and then we can't catch up. I am managing to pick up at least a few points of harvesting this wave, though I don't think I'm ever going to be able to kill that those trees in the center. 200, not great. Do I want the knockback? Knockback has been quite useful. This weapon has 20 by default, so maybe it's worth 10 materials for 3 more. And then I could take 8 harvesting. I could start trying to build dodge. I could build lifesteal as well, or I could roll to try to get max HP. I think I'm just going to take 8 harvesting. Take the scar, and then I will roll here. I'm going to roll again. Dangerous Bunny is usually really good, but this is such a low economy run that I don't know that we actually can benefit from the Dangerous Bunny. So let me roll again here. Turret is a way we can kill a couple enemies, maybe. I think this will pay 37 pretty quickly. So I will take the turret. And then for 18, I just can't afford to buy, to keep rerolling here. Gotta get a 5th gun at least before the horde wave, but given our damage output, I again don't think that we can possibly survive the horde. If we had an elite as our first boss wave, I would feel a little better. Picking up those 2 consumables obviously cost me a little money, but I do need to not die, so I still need to heal. We'll get that one for free, though. Taking that hit from the anglerfish is definitely going to hurt. Not much we can do about that. If I had piercing shots, then we could knock back more of the horde enemies, and maybe that would be a way that we could make things work. I could take 3 lifesteal here. I think I'm going to reroll. I'm hoping for max HP, but 3 armor is also pretty good, so let's take that. Peaceful Bee, at this point, I could start building dodge, but dodge is more for high economy characters. Okay, we did find another weapon. Buying a defective steroids costs me attack speed, but will potentially increase our damage output. I think I have to buy all the HP that I see ever, pretty much. I'll take a lemonade to try to stay alive again, and then a weird food. Alien worm we will take because we have good consumable heal already. Normally not something you want on the farmer, but it does work with this character, and we do need the regeneration. See if we can survive wave 11 here. Oh, no. Took that hit. A lumberjack shirt would be going so hard right now. Unfortunately, it was not meant to be on this run. We are at least at the point where I have okay healing. But I just don't think that we're going to be able to avoid taking damage on the horde wave enough to make use of our healing. Here, I could take 10 harvesting. I don't think we can afford to do that, though. I need to get offensive or defensive stats. I could take 8% damage to try to kill enemies a little sooner. I could take 6 dodge. I think I'm going to reroll one more time. Really unlucky there. Let me just take 2 regeneration, and then I think I have to buy this extra weapon. The only way that we can survive is by pushing enemies away from us. So getting this potato thrower with the extra attack speed for being higher level matters a lot as well. And then do I want to lock head injury? If I survive this wave, which is a big, big if, then I can start building damage and maybe trying to actually kill stuff, because we do scale with HP, so once we get to the late game, this weapon will start doing reasonable damage. The head injury, though, is really expensive for 6% damage, so I think we have to pass on it. I'm not going to try to pick up consumables at full health. I'm going to save my consumables to try to heal, because we're going to need those. So we're not running for the garden at the start. Normally, of course, you would see me running for the garden at the beginning of this wave to try to get 1 harvesting, but not on the horde wave. Okay, took too many hits in a row there, but we did manage to get some consumable heal to pick us back up. Got that tree kill. I had sort of prepped damage on the tree earlier. We're not going to be able to kill this tree. We do have the garden, so I can tank 2 more hits. I'm going to try to manually target in kind of an angle ahead of my movement to keep a path clear. Unfortunately, not working super well because enemies are coming up behind me. Oh, we were so close. 8 seconds. If I had made it through that wave, I think we'd have done pretty well. Now, unfortunately, that's all the time that I have to record today, so I am going to have to call the challenge here. But I will revisit this one because, honestly, it's been more fun and more possible seeming than I thought it would be. And I think I can actually make it work. We obviously need to get a little bit lucky like we did in the last couple runs to find early weapons. But this one is one I definitely will revisit because I think we can actually win. I just needed either an elite on that wave or to just have slightly more attack speed. And I think we'd have been okay because I've reduced my attack speed quite a bit on this run. Maybe the plant was a mistake, although the regen is still pretty good. 8 armor was helping a lot. A little more movement speed would have worked as well, but obviously that would mean that the helmets were reduced. Maybe the leather vest was a mistake. It's interesting to think about what I could have done differently here. So I bought a couple later game economy items like the scar. That maybe I should have tried to buy something else. The turret, I think the turret did pay for itself pretty quickly. It killed a few enemies and that's all we need. I think mostly these items were good, but not finding potato throwers for a really long time meant I spent a lot of money on rerolls. So if I'd had just a little bit more healing or a little more movement speed or health, we maybe live through that wave. And if we live through that wave, I think that we're in good shape. So I'm going to give this another try another time. But unfortunately, I'm out of time to record now. I hope that you enjoyed the video anyways. And of course, if you have, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato, including another try at this run, which we will get next time for sure, and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, my friends. I'll catch you next time.